Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
The Upper Peninsula's home for the talk, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Kingsford Mail Distribution Center will remain open for a little while longer. Tonight, the announcement from the U.S. Postmaster after his initial decision to close the facility. Plus, just a few days before world leaders meet in our nation's capital for the NATO summit, what analysts expect will be the big topics of discussion. And another big country act is coming to the UP State Fair this summer when you can see Parmalee. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Glorious sunshine today, Air, but it was not quite as warm as it looked outside. I had to wear a jacket today.
You're okay, though.
I am okay.
And we'll probably have to wear a jacket for a couple more days this week. Those temperatures, though, are expected to rise up a little bit, but don't expect 70s until later in the weekend, probably. Tonight, we've got some clear conditions. We are in the view line for that aurora, but I don't think it's going to be anything like what we saw this past weekend. Man, some gorgeous shots out there. Hey, look at that. That's from Sarah Blakely. Current temperatures in the 40s and 50s. I'll go over when we can expect our sunniest day and warmest day this week after the break.
Thanks, Air. Developing now, UP mail will continue to be sorted and processed at the Iron Mountain Kingsford U.S. Postal Service facility for now. U.S. Senator Gary Peters announced today that U.S. Postmaster Louis DeJoy will delay closing the Kingsford Mail Processing Center and other facilities like it across the country until January 1st of 2025. This comes after DeJoy announced last week that the Kingsford facility would be shut down and operations moved to Green Bay, Wisconsin. In his letter to a group of 25 U.S. senators, DeJoy wrote in part, "I will commit to pause any implementation of these moves at least until after January 1st of 2025. Even then, we will not advance these efforts without advising you, the senators, of our plans to do so, and then only at a moderated pace of implementation." You can read that full letter from DeJoy right now at WZMQ19.com. No injuries were reported in a garage fire in Marquette late Sunday night. The Marquette Fire Department says it happened at 420 North Front Street just after 11 o'clock. A detached garage was up in flames when crews arrived, but firefighters were able to put it out quickly and cleared the scene just after 1 a.m. The cause of that fire, though, is still under investigation. A heads up for late night drivers. MDOT will begin transporting equipment from Escanaba to the Tilden mine tonight and tomorrow night. Large mine dump truck components will be hauled in 2 oversized loads beginning at 11 p.m. tonight and finishing by 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then again Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, same times. The equipment will be taken down M35 in Delta County, then onto M553 onto Marquette County Road 480, back onto M35 to the Tilden mine. Traffic will be stopped ahead of and behind the load, though the rig will periodically be pulled over to allow traffic to pass. MDOT encourages motorists to drive carefully and to avoid those areas during the move if possible. In just a few weeks, our nation's capital will host the NATO summit. Leaders of NATO are expected to discuss issues like the war in Ukraine, and analysts believe another key topic will be about strengthening the European component of NATO, especially if the U.S. were to pull back on its contributions to the alliance. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has this report.
The Center for Strategic and International Studies, better known as CSIS, a bipartisan nonprofit policy research organization analyzing global issues, held a discussion about strengthening NATO's European pillar, meaning the European member nations. The strength of NATO's European pillar has been in question since its founding in the 1940s. Researchers shared what former U.S. Secretary of State Madeleine Albright warned 25 years ago of the emerging European and security defense identity.
Should avoid duplicating or decoupling and discriminating against NATO allies.
The U.S. plays an influential role in the NATO alliance. It's also the largest contributor to the alliance. There's pressure for Europe to do more for its own defense. NATO leaders worry if former President Trump wins the election, he would pull out of the alliance. But Trump has since said the U.S. would stay in the alliance as long as other countries contribute their fair share. But researchers argue that if there was a pullback from the U.S., even a slight pullback, European nations can hold their own without help from America.
I think this idea that Europe can't defend itself is somewhat overdone.
Leading up to the NATO summit, researchers say NATO has been effective in helping Ukraine push back against Russia's aggression. And moving forward, there should be less fear around less U.S. attention on NATO, and less ways European countries can build a stronger pillar.
More cash, defence spending towards 3% in Europe, more capabilities, filling capability gaps, more combat power, addressing readiness and industrial capacity, and then finally more cooperation in Europe as well.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus life in the 906 in Europe. Jim Koski is sharing a bit about his travel experience and celebrating a sport that originated right here in the UP, where you can check out this Guts Frisbee exhibit. We are back in just 2 minutes.
Wednesday on the CBS season finale.
It's the final 2 legs, spanning 1,400 miles across 2 countries.
Run.
One of these teams will win $1 million.
Hurry, hurry, hurry.
And the amazing race.
Just can't be this hard. It's not looking good.
Don't tell me that.
It's a fight right now. Come on, Rod. That was the most stress I've been the entire race.
The CBS season finale of The Amazing Race. Wednesday after Survivor on CBS.
I love pink happy babies. Lisa from Norway Springs. No matter how much you bathe them, babies bathed in untreated Upper Peninsula water seem to look a little orange to me. Water that stains sinks and bathtubs isn't doing much for your baby's skin. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Purchase or rent a whole house filtration system from us. Norway Springs. No orange babies.
Fresh, safe water, guaranteed. Call Norway Springs today.
Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Hi, Paul.
Meet Opie Taylor. He's dramatic. A dreamer.
I wish that I get a B in arithmetic.
But most of all,
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
He's devoted to Dad. It's Andy and Opie on The Andy Griffith Show.
Weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1. Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big spring sale. Sofas, sectionals, and recliners are on sale now at Shunk's and get 12 months to pay with no interest. We have a large selection of sofas, sell price from $3.99 to $6.99. Like this large 88-inch sofa is just $4.99. Or how about this super comfortable double reclining sofa for just $6.68? In sectionals, there's over 50 different sectionals available between $6.99 and $10.99 like this. And heavy-duty recliners like this are just $2.79. Shop Shunk's today.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Air Stasic.
All right, let's get into what we should expect throughout our week, starting with the sunniest days. Well, today is on that, as well as Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we've got some chances of showers returning possibly Wednesday night, but most likely on our Thursday. We could see some sprinkles as well as Friday, and then we'll cool down a little bit on Tuesday, again on Thursday. Warmest days are expected Wednesday. After that drop down on Thursday, we can expect those temperatures to warm back up on Friday, and then especially into the weekend. Now, something to keep in mind, we've got some wildfires, especially up there in Canada, and a lot of that smoke is starting to affect mostly Minnesota, but a little portion there of the UP. As we take a look at air quality, right now we've got pretty much yellow and green dots, which are good, moderate air quality, but just something to keep in mind over the next couple of hours and days, as we are expecting fairly clear conditions with the sky, no precipitation at the moment. So there is that air quality warning even in some of these northern portions of Wisconsin, and that goes until about midnight. And then it's back, Jack Frost. We've got some very chilly temperatures over there on the nose of the UP, so heads up for Gogebic County. You might want to go cover up any of those plants that you've already put in the ground. Current conditions though, yeah, we're sitting nice and dry. Like I mentioned, that is expected to continue until about Wednesday evening, maybe even Thursday. Temps right now in the 40s, 50s, even the 60s. Iron Mountain, my goodness, 68. Lucky down there. Right now, winds are primarily coming out of the north, hence those kind of mild, cooler temperatures in the northern half of the UP. Southern half is expected to be with those warmer temperatures tomorrow as well. Tonight, though, mostly clear skies. Temps in the 30s, and like I mentioned, we do have that view line for the UP. It just kind of skirts down the bottom there, but likely not going to see that aurora. I don't know, prove me wrong, as it's going to be a little bit further north up there in Canada. But tomorrow, possible as well. Temperatures for the evening, like I mentioned, in the 30s. Marquette could be a low around 40 degrees. Iron Mountain, taking a look at your evening into tomorrow, will drop down to around 40 at midnight, mostly clear still, and then waking up with lots of sunshine, a few clouds here and there, and temperatures hitting about 60 by noon. Those winds are expected to be fairly calm as well. Taking a look at Futurecast, kind of boring here as we've got no clouds really moving in, no showers, no thunderstorms to talk about. Although, again, those could be returning on our Thursday. I'll keep you posted on that. There's a little bit more cloud moving in coverage there on our Wednesday. The 7-day outlook for Marquette, warmer sunshine on the way, and then some sprinkles possibly for Friday. I've got your Saturday market, farmers market planner coming up in 15.
Thank you very much, Air. Another country act will be taking the stage this August at the 2024 UP State Fair. Parmalee will perform on the grandstand stage on Saturday, August 17th. Parmalee was the most played band on country radio in 2023 with 4 #1 singles, multiple platinum records, and more than 1 billion on-demand streams. The North Carolina natives first topped the charts with their single Carolina, followed by the platinum certified #1 Just the Way. They recently scored their 3rd consecutive #1 with Girl in Mine, a track from their new album For You Too. Gold Circle tickets are on sale now. WZMQ 19 is once again a proud sponsor of the UP State Fair, and you can find ticketing information and the full entertainment lineup right now at WZMQ19.com. Gladstone's Parks and Recreation Department and local clubs joined together to help restore a community gem. On Saturday, the Key Club of Gladstone and Rapid River joined with the Parks and Rec Department to help take care of the local playground. This annual event started in 1991 and has been carried on by the communities each year since. A member of Gladstone's Parks and Rec Board says this event is important to all of the groups, and they're happy to give back to their community.
It's a great place to be, grow up. And, you know, giving back to your community is important. You appreciate it more. And, you know, we just want it to look the best it can be.
For more information on future projects for Gladstone Parks and Rec, just head to our website. A sport that originated here in the UP has over 50 years of history now on display in Marquette. At the Marquette Regional History Center, a Guts Frisbee exhibit was unveiled today, showcasing tournament-winning frisbees, old still photos, and other pieces of memorabilia, all to capture the game that started in Eagle Harbor. Athletes in the sport are now traveling across the world to compete in Guts Frisbee tournaments. History Center curators say it's only natural to open an exhibit representing this UP-originated sport.
People have been playing for decades. It's very much a Michigan and a Midwest sport, and we have players that have and continue to go compete in world competition. World-class athletes here in the sport of guts, and I think we should all feel proud of that.
That exhibit is open during normal business hours at the Marquette Regional History Center, Monday through Friday from 10 to 5. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We are chatting with the Executive Director of the United Way of Marquette County about some upcoming volunteer opportunities. That conversation is 2 minutes away.
Why do we call the window store?
When they say they'll be at your house first thing in the morning, you'll see them first thing in the morning.
We had a proposal in hand the very first visit.
And our installation was done right the first time.
Whatever your project, our team ensures a seamless, reliable process from beginning to end. That's the window store experience.
Your clear choice, the window store.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
Never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do.
Treatment works.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insight, some summertime volunteer opportunities are popping up through the United Way of Marquette County and Upers United. Joining us tonight is Executive Director Andrew Rickauer. Thanks for coming in, Andrew.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. All right, so let's start with this Saturday, the Pump Up the Booms fundraiser. Give us the rundown.
Yeah, this big fundraiser to help with the Marquette fireworks that we're going to be having later in the year. Also opportunities to volunteer there.
Yes.
So, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a fundraiser at the Ordoc this weekend, and there's going to be a comedy show, some music, silent auction, and just looking for volunteers to help greet the attendees and just help make sure everything runs smooth. And should be a great time, and definitely need to raise as much money for those fireworks as we can.
Yeah, does that money go to directly to the fireworks? I know every year they try to raise money. Fireworks are not cheap, everyone. So does that go straight to the fireworks then?
Yes, yeah, it goes specifically to the fireworks portion of the 4th of July parade, or 4th of July festivities.
Yeah, so that's this Saturday at the Ordoc Brewing Company in Marquette. What are the times for that that volunteers are needed?
I believe volunteers show up about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and there's 2 shifts. There's an earlier shift and a later shift. Volunteers are needed for both. So come when you can, and if you don't want to volunteer and put in a full shift, you can help out for a little bit or at least come attend. It should be a great evening.
Yeah, and you did mention that there are other opportunities to volunteer with the fireworks. Do you happen to remember those off the top of your head?
The next opportunity is setup and tear down for the fireworks display. So if you ever want to see how the whole thing happens and what goes into it, you go out there at the end of the Ordoc and help set everything up for the show, and then or you can come the next day and help clean up. So great opportunity to really see the behind the scenes of all the action.
Yeah.
And you still get to go enjoy the show and know that you had a hand helping make it happen.
Yeah. Double check on that one too if you are interested in that, because I think there's some certifications that you have to have too, since we're handling explosives.
Yeah,
I
know there's some different trainings and stuff that you might have to have for that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So aside from Pump Up the Booms, we know that it's kind of the end of the school year for a lot of schools, and there's still after-school programming that needs some volunteers too.
Yeah. So Lake Superior Village, they're always looking for people to come for after-school program. And it could be coming and playing games with the youth, either indoors or outside on these nice days, or some of them still need help finishing up their papers and some tutoring, getting ready for a test, and we just want to make sure that all the kids have an opportunity to finish the school year strong. And for those that are in good shape, play some games with them and just help them out there.
Yeah. What are the hours that volunteers are needed for that one?
So typically 3 to 5.
Gotcha. So the after school.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of those opportunities during the bulk of the school year, we're fortunate to get a lot of college students fill those shifts. But now the Northern's out, then this last month or so of school, we're really looking for extra volunteers.
Gotcha. And then finally, of course, where does everyone go to get all of that information?
UpersUnited.com.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Still ahead tonight, Life in the 906. Jim Koski is telling us tales from across the pond tonight. And later, another Iron Mountain wrestler commits to wrestling in college. We'll tell you where Fulton Stroud just signed on to. But first, here's your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. Another Feeding America mobile food truck is coming to Marquette this Wednesday, May 15th at NMU's Berry Events Center. Volunteers are needed from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. to help set up, pack boxes, load vehicles, get clients registered, all that good stuff. This takes place outside in the Berry's parking lot, so dress appropriately. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, of course, just head to upersunited.com.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, financial aid fiasco. Our reporting tonight on the millions of students impacted by delays in federal college aid packages. We have tips for kids making a weighty investment in their future. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Being an FBI agent is not just a job.
The city's under attack.
It's a life. We're hunting a serial killer. The life we chose. People are in danger.
It not only works if we're doing it together.
Teamwork.
Cover me. Now let's rock and roll.
Yeah, my whole team winning. Every member clutch, watch the whole team glisten. Yeah, my whole team winning. Ain't no way to stop us when we be out on a mission.
The FBI's new episodes Tuesday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Want an investment guaranteed to make real money? 4 to 7% on your investment every month? That's Mining Automatic. Invest $25,000 or more and own a piece of a super efficient supercomputer that generates Bitcoin. And right now, yes, our Bitcoin miners average 4 to 7% return every month. Get the facts and the proof. Our ebook explains mining and the historic return rates. Call 888-289-0067.
Local news and weather 24/7, whenever you need it. WZMQ 19 News is on the world's #1 streaming platform, Roku.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
DEPR.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Let's chat about our life in the 906. And tonight, Jim Koski is clear across the globe, telling us how he got there.
If you're watching this, that's a good thing. It means that I actually made it to Germany. And for those of you who might be thinking, what did you do, Jim? Swim there? Just let me say that I flew to Germany from the UP. And these days, that's not always a guarantee that you'll either actually leave or eventually get where you're going. There are a lot of great things about living in the UP. The air service, though, is not one of them. Between too few flights and too many instances of planes not being where they're supposed to be, flying into or out of the UP can be a crapshoot. And it's not the fault of the fine people who work at UP airports. They try their hardest to get you where you're trying to go. Instead, it's the end result of staffing shortages, airlines cutting corners, and the fact that we get a lot of snow and fog and rain, and the occasional turkey sitting on a runway. Seriously, I was once on a plane trying to land at Sawyer that had to circle the airport because there was a flock of wild turkeys that they were trying to shoo off the runway. I realize the UP is a remote region and that airlines can make a lot more money flying back and forth between larger cities. I get that. But people in the UP have to be places too. And when your only choices are hoping against all hope that your flight actually gets here or driving 200 miles to get to a bigger airport, that's not much of a choice. And it makes me think we should pool all of our money and fund the development of a transporter like they have in Star Trek. In fact, I'll even contribute the first $20. Anyone with me? But until that happens, I guess our fate when we fly is in the hands of the airlines and or the weather. I'm scheduled to get back into Marquette on Sunday, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed my trip doesn't turn out like the one my friend Rachel had a few years ago, when her Wednesday flight from Detroit to Marquette finally made it here on Saturday. Wish me luck. Hopefully I'll be back live in the studio next Monday. If not, well, you might want to check the runway for turkeys. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Jim has also been blogging his Germany travels on his Facebook page. And of course, in Jim style, they're just great blog posts. So check those out if you've got time to. Another Iron Mountain wrestler secured his college future with a Division III university today. Fulton Stroud signed his national letter of intent to wrestle for Lakeland University in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. He played football and wrestled for Iron Mountain through his entire high school career. He's a 4-time state qualifier, 2-time state runner-up, a UP champion, and was recently named to the Michigan Grappler Division IV All-Senior team. He says he looks forward to wrestling in college.
You know, just winning matches like I did in high school. Probably going to make it to the national finals. I'd assume. I don't really know, but I'd assume. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to that. I decided on Lakeland because I got a bunch of friends there, and, like, I like the coach and stuff. Work hard and just be good. I don't know, just that.
Stroud plans to study accounting. Cub Scouts from the UP gathered to compete to see who was the best troop. On Saturday, Cub Scouts from all over competed in their annual Olympics. This long-standing event was just open to all of the UP last year. Even though it's just a competition, it is also a chance for the Cub Scout community to come together and have a good time outdoors. The district membership committee chair says one of the most important things to the Cubs is community and giving back.
Yeah, the fishing and hiking, but, you know, we care, and we're trying to teach the kids to care and to give back to the community that gives back to us.
Awards were given to first, second, and third place, as well as specialty awards and a participation badge. The Cub Scouts motto is always do your best, and Scout leaders say that's exactly what these kids did. We are cooling down quite a bit tonight. Some places could get frost overnight. Air has the outlook next.
Tonight, with record-breaking Memorial Day travel ahead, how you can beat the rush. Then the financial aid debacle that forced millions of high school seniors to delay their college decision. And how a trailblazing maestro broke 2 barriers to reach the top on the CBS Evening News.
My spirit just want to throw the shoe, and it's a compliment, Chris. Country superstar Chris Stapleton.
I didn't go to a shoe throwing church.
And of course, we gotta sing together. Then we all need a little etiquette. Close talkers.
I'm gonna teach you a little trick.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Weather Screen is a water-repellent deck stain that protects wood while allowing its natural beauty to show through. Get a gallon starting at $27.98 after rebate. Complete your staining project with Ultra Advanced. It's a stain and sealant in one that can be applied to damp wood, allowing you to clean and stain your project in one day. A gallon of semi-transparent stain is $34.48 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
D-E-P-R.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern takes professional diagnosis and treatment.
Anxiety. I thought so.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Sing along with Stalag 13.
Hello! Hello! We hope you like our show. You'll laugh, scream, cry, sigh, and absolutely die.
Hogan's Heroes, weeknights at 10 on MeTV 19.1.
Well, tonight we'll be in that 30-degree range, mostly clear skies. And then tomorrow, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. A little bit chilly in the morning. Send that student with a light jacket or hoodie. We'll warm up into the 50s for the most part. And then looking ahead to Saturday, that farmers market kicks off here at the Commons in downtown Marquette. Yeah, we've got some chances of sprinkles, mostly sunny to start, and then we could see those clouds increasing. Your 7-day for Escanaba, possible showers later in the week.
Finally tonight, a fierce but kind of funny competition took over Marquette Mountain Resort over the weekend. The UP Wife Carrying Championship made a comeback. Teams of 2 made their way through a 300-yard obstacle course through mud, jumping over logs, all with one person on the other's back. The winner took home the wife's weight in beer. Marquette Mountain's general manager says the goal of the competition is just fun and laughs.
Wanted to be very inclusive and have everybody here and have a ton of fun.
The general manager says they are looking forward to bringing this Finnish tradition back again next year. That is all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back here tonight at 11:10 Central.
WZMQ TV 19, continuing to stand with the people of Ukraine.